G'day guys, Zed here from Scooter Hut Melbourne. Today we'll be going over some wheel bearing maintenance. First things first, we're going to have to take the wheels off the scooter to get to the bearings. Alrighty guys, so we've got the wheels off so we don't need the scooter anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what parts we're going to need to do the bearing maintenance. So first things first is you're going to want some paper towel just to clean out the excess grease. Then you're going to want some grease to do your greasing. Then you're going to want some tape just to help to take the bearings out. And of course, a bearing punch and a hammer. Alright, so let's take these bearings out. Alrighty guys, so I did forget to mention that we did need a Stanley knife just to pop off the casing on the bearing here. Now what you're going to want to do is get some paper towel and start wiping off that excess grease. So you just get a good amount here and start wiping inside the bearing. So help get rid of all that dirty grease that you've got built up from all your shredding. Now that we've got rid of all that old grease, now we're going to put some of the new grease in there. Alright guys, so at Scooter Hut we're using a high temperature wheel bearing grease. Don't use things like WD-40 or anything that's like WD-40 because that is actually a degreaser. So it's going to take all the grease out of your bearings instead of putting grease in. So I've got the grease here and I just like to get a nice good amount on your finger. Doesn't matter how much really you get at the start. And you just start working it into the bearing there. So as you can see, it's just working itself in. Don't matter too much about how much is actually going on the side or anything. You just want most of it to go on the inside. Then you flip the bearing over and do the bottom. Also, I'd like to mention that you probably shouldn't do this sort of job in somewhere like your bedroom or your mum's house or anywhere that's going to get dirty that you don't want dirty, because this is quite a messy job as you can see. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and chuck back on those bearing cases that will keep that grease all nice and inside your bearings. Alright, now it's time to chuck our bearings back into our wheels with our handy bearing press that has appeared out of nowhere. Alright guys, so you won't always have a bearing press available, but you can always use stuff like hammers or anything really hard to bang the bearing in. It might damage the bearings if you do it with a hammer or anything like that, so bearing press is always the best choice. Guys, now all you've got to do now is just wipe off that excess grease on the top of those bearings and around your wheels, and then clean up your workbench, and that's pretty much all you've got to do to service your bearings.